Welcome to another replay for Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition with me in the red, Game Bulldog 1, a low elo player, doing another unranked game against Fenrir 324, not 1234, in the blue as the Cumans. So, let's see what I'm doing here. So they start out with one extra villager, and so you're housed immediately to begin. So it's a good time to research loom. You start out with 100 gold normally, so I can tell here that I researched that already. It's 50 gold. Loom gives your villagers more pierce armor and armor, as I recall. I could even look that up right now. I don't even have to recall it. So loom plus 15 HP for villagers and +1 and +1 melee and pierce armor. They call that +1/+1. So the Maya do not have access to the stable or gunpowder, but they got really good archers and resource bonuses. Let's see, I think I got the view lock on. Should be on. Now here's me trying to get the boar. It's good to get the boar early so it doesn't get lamed by the opponent. That's what they call it in this game, where they come over and try to take it from you. And they house lots of food. They give you a ton of meat. For the Maya, their resources last plus 15% longer. So the food sources here early on, the pigs and the boar, as well as the wood, the berries, everything lasts longer. It looks like there's some deer or deer variant on the bottom right. Got my Eagle Scout running around down here, looking for stuff. There's a mod that gives a little ring on the outside, not that red ring on the town center, not to be confused with the red ring of death. Xbox players, that's my opponent. He's playing this on Xbox because you can do that too. PS5 just came out this year as well for Age of Empires. But yeah, the ring on the outside, so the Eagle Scout there is getting close to it. I didn't have the mod enabled at this time, kind of forgot about it, but it helps you find generally where your sheep may be in that ring of likeliness, your sheep and resources. And then it goes away after Dark Age, as I recall. I think in Feudal it goes away because typically you've gotten all your sheep by then. Sheep is the general term again for the docile animals, the herdables, pigs and goats and geese and llamas and water buffalo and cows. Makes it fun. The boar is the general name for not just the boar, but the rhinos and the elephants. They give you a lot more food, but they're faster and they're will attack you. Specifically, the rhinos and elephants are worse than the boar to deal with, but they give you more food in return. Okay, right now I'm housed. Definitely messed that up. And have to build a house. I think I need a little bit more wood there. So I had built mill pretty early. I think it's usually recommended to build the lumber camp first so you can start getting wood quickly and make sure you have enough to afford a mill. The Maya also have discounted foot archers as we go along, 10%, 20, and 30% in Feudal, Castle, Imperial Age, respectively. Trying to get as much there on the pigs as I can. The pigs, it's recommended a sheep line of food to have 6 villagers on them to maximize your return, so I'm trying to do that. It's tough when you're working a couple, but it's all good. They slowly decay, for those that don't know. It's good to collect them quick. And it looks like I forgot to say good luck, have fun early on, so I just didn't know. That's what GLHF means. As I've mentioned a number of times, anyone new to the channel, I try to just break down basic things for anyone who wants to learn it. I've shared this with family and friends, those that are interested to try this game out. So we've had different people come on to play with us from time to time, but this is just online with someone I don't know. They're doing a good job score-wise right now, just in front of me. Spirit of Law goes over a video on how the score can be a good indicator of things, but it can also be challenging to understand who's really ahead. At the very beginning of the game, especially with scouting, you get a lot of points from unlocking or unveiling the fog of war, the black stuff down there. Try to see what's going on in the map. I am not doing that at the moment. I am pushing deer, albeit poorly. I think that first one was actually pretty good, but I remember it gets kind of shaky after a bit. I had a friend of mine who was working and just watching me play this game too, so we had fun just chatting. In retrospect, I told him I wish I had just recorded when we had done it, because we had said some funny jokes and got to just hear my brain think as I was strategizing, trying to figure stuff out. But yeah, because I am low elo, you know, the beginning of these games tend to be pretty slow. Not all of them. Like, I've referred to one that I won pretty quickly because the guy quit when he had advanced his archers on me, and I just refused to go down without a fight, and so eventually he just quit. Unless he disconnected, but there's that. One game I lost pretty bad is the Maya that someone rushed me with militia that he didn't even have any bonuses towards it, and he took me out over time, so that was not great. As you're pushing deer, they can walk back if you're not constantly pushing them. Kind of an annoying part of the game, but it is what it is. The devs have made it supposedly easier and easier to push deer, more consistent. This is me trying to wall up. The reason I picked Maya is because they've got discounted walls. Their team bonus is walls cost negative 50%. So that's really helpful for trying to keep some more wood in the stockpile as you're starting to do wood walls. And then if you choose to use stone, you get even better discounts there, which is nice. The stone costs, let's look that up. I've just got my phone out here. A stone wall is 5 stone, and a palisade wall is 3 wood. So when you take 50%, you get a better discount with the stone than you do the wood, just in terms of overall resources. But yeah. So it looks like I'm trying to wall up on this side, and that looks like a stone gate. A bit stronger. I'd maybe learned my lesson from... Oh, there's the bad deer push on this one. Yeah, that's so far away. Don't have a mill out there or anything. But we got it, and it was 4 deer on this map generation, I believe. The generations are random, so this is Arabia, even though it's not deserty, just the Arabia style map. They rotate between desert and grassland. But yeah, the generations of resources and terrain, it's all kind of random. It fits a general map style, hence Arabia. Give it a name for that reason, for the general layout of it. But where your gold pile is, where your trees are, your berries, stone, all the animals, it's randomly generated within certain tile radiuses, and that gets updated from time to time. So if you watch Arabia games from years ago compared to now, things will have changed. You look at the patch notes, and that's just what they do. Alright, my opponent's now reached feudal age. They still have quite a bit more points than me. Again, could be due to scouting, could be due to creating military. I am not creating any military at this time. I just got my lonely scout. All alone with no one here beside me. And, you know, it's a good thing that he's not attacking, because whenever you produce military and they just kind of sit there, they don't give you benefit unless you go attack. Or have strategic places to defend if you anticipate a rush or some kind of attack. Like from Cumans, I was expecting cavalry. They are a cavalry civilization, the fastest paladins in the game, as well as the others from the Knight line and Step Lancers, because their mounted units move increasingly faster as you age up, starting in feudal 5, 10, and 15%, respectively. There's a market going up, and that's one of the buildings you need to get up to castle, so a blacksmith is likely to be next. I don't think I had done it yet. It's good to put. Oh, there it is. It's right. It's literally right in the front with the smoke. I think I had another game where I had a hard time finding the blacksmith too. So that's me aging up. Then I got my 2 buildings, got my resources, lots of food and gold needed to age up. And here's me double walling with the stone. At this point, it may not necessarily be necessary to go super heavy into the walling up, but I just like to be safe. And the Maya can kind of afford it because they got that 15% longer lasting resources, which I really like that about the tree lines. If you just see my mouse highlighting down here, because eventually these guys and gals start chopping through all the trees and it exposes your base. So you can wall up beautifully as much as you want, but eventually by the mid-game or so, these start opening up different holes, some of them faster than others, like right over here. And so you got to be careful because you can get raided by quick cavalry or attacked as that opens up. There's a wolf in the center there, guarding the deer. Relics. I've got the eye-catching relics mod to show that. That sheep ring, as it's called, is now gone. That's the name of the mod, sheep ring. That little dotted line on the outside. We've got some faint terrain grids available to kind of see where to build stuff a little better. Aesthetics change as you age up for the buildings. Looks like I'm building a barracks, also a mod to help show the little indication on the bottom there. There's a palisade wall kind of blocking it, but here's what I call like a super gate in the front there, right here, where I got palisade in front of the stone wall, or stone gate, so it's even harder to break through. Gates are much stronger than walls. They got more HP and armor, I believe, but the increased surface area can make units easier to just chop away at it versus a smaller single wall. So it's nice to have some stuff in front. Now this is hilarious. I'll change that view lock for a second. I didn't notice it yet. Right here is a hole in my wall, and so there's their scout. I love it. Like after all that, this little bit right here through the berries too. They had finished gathering, and so the scout came right on in. No attacking yet, but got to see what I was doing, see what I was up to. So I just thought that was hilarious. After everything I had done to super wall, the scout just waltzes right in. That's just how it is sometimes. You gotta laugh at yourself. You know, that's why it's good to record these games and learn from your mistakes. So I drilled my scout onto his. Tried to box it in with the villagers by attacking. Had I thought about it, Hera does this all the time. And I do it sometimes too, but not quick enough, clearly, is to just quick wall or quick throw down a house to block. And that way you can take them out, keep them alive. So let me look on the minimap here. I'll change off view lock because this is happening. So I did manage to take out the scout, but their spearmen managed to take out me, and I got to see they're building a range. There's the barracks where the spearmen were coming. Now again, I have no access to cavalry as the Maya at all. They don't even have redemption monks to capture an enemy stable to build gelato warriors, which the other Mesoamerican civs can do that. The Aztec and the Inca. His spearmen, though, I mean, they're still cheap, and you can use them to raid me, as I have lost a game before. I recorded that and uploaded to YouTube recently. But, yeah. He does not appear to be attacking, even though he knows my scout's gone, and he scouted me and saw that I'm not building military. But that hole is a risky one right down there that you have to come through. Here I think I start to patch it up once I know. Yep. So there's the house. Now that I got all the berries too, that may have been part of why I didn't do a quick wall, even though you can delete it. So just didn't think of that fast enough. So these farms, they stop getting farmed if you run out of 60 wood per farm. So you gotta then micro your villagers when you restore that. They won't automatically do it anymore. They do automatically reseed if you have enough wood to do so. That's what makes the Teutons really attractive as a civilization pick with their 40% discount on farms. Here's another one. Even with what I got, 20 on wood right now. So Just must be spending it enough on resources and things, which, speaking of which, there we go. If we want for fun, it depends on what you all want as viewers. I especially get feedback from my favorite one, Andrew. This gives us a little bit more information, not as much as Capture Age. I did figure out how to disable that horn, the warning sound in Capture Age. I haven't tested it yet, but he said that he liked this format, and so I went back to it today. This still can give us a little bit of information. I can't obviously see when I'm playing what blue is doing, but I guess as viewers we can take a look. I did preview them at the beginning of the game this time, but there's something about not knowing what's happening and trying to be in the seat of the player where, like, you as the viewer get to see what I see and feel for the game a little bit better. So that's one thing to do. Plus, this is not exactly a tournament or anything to highlight all the stuff going on. But I could be wrong. Yeah, tell me what you think if you want to see me bounce back and forth between players rather than just seeing my own build. This is good feedback for me, but I'd rather have what the viewers would like to see of the few that view it. Floating a ton of gold right now, which is why I took everybody off gold. I'm on to everything else. I needed to get more town centers, so I had to get that stone because I was using it up on stone walls. Trade-off there for sure. Got enough wood though to do that. It's 275 wood and 100 stone for town centers. Benefit of buying more of those is to build more villagers and research more technologies like wheelbarrow and handcart. You get more resources that way, they go faster. And then town watch, town patrol. I just forget which ones comes first, but it gives you more vision around you. You can see if they're setting up shop to come siege you. Super duper. So, built a monastery. Cool looking Maya monastery. It is my Maya monastery. With my monks coming out soon to grab relics, get small trickles of gold, and make sure in these unranked games that they don't win by relic. I never attempt to win by relic. Once in a blue moon, it may or may not happen for me or my opponent. But yeah, looks like I am researching Sanctity and Fervor. I like to do that early on for the monks to give them a little bit more help. That way they can be faster and have more HP. Looks like my opponent now got up to Castle Age. So there's that. I just noticed when I do that, okay, yeah, that's how you get the score back. So he is crushing it compared to me for the score. Like, I did get to Castle Age sooner, which gives you higher HP buildings and defenses and more access to economic technologies and whatnot. But he is definitely gearing up with his military. I just saw an archer. My monk is super exposed right now. I went for that one first, it looks like. And it looks like I might get away with this. The minimap here, I see that blinking between the view of him and not. Ugh, sorry, that was awkward. The monk's view, the line of sight. Looks like we're not picking up anybody chasing him, so that's good. Sometimes I cast here, you know, as if I'm just talking to myself, because that's a regular activity. And I remember, like, oh yeah, I'm live. This is gonna go up. Alright, so got my first relic, researching Imperial Age, halfway done. Just over halfway, researching a ton of military technologies and units. I don't know if I can say a ton. You can also see that on the top left for me. A little bit bigger than the right. But yeah, when I age up to Imperial, that's when I start to transition into military, because I've got everything I want economically. Sometimes I'll go for a 4th town center. Oftentimes I like to go for a castle with that stone. Cumans, yeah, so they have some really cheesy, cheeky early game strats that he obviously did not choose to do, and so the later the game goes, it tends to, I don't know if it's always so much in the favor of the Cumans, unless they get a massive amount of Kipchaks, their unique unit, because smaller amounts, they're just not that strong. Here's me at an Imperial at 33 minutes. It's alright. It's alright. My score is starting to catch up a little bit, but again, is what it is. The other thing Spirit of Law had pointed out on YouTube, there's me with another relic up top, with the awesome monk dress attire, and another monk at the bottom with that one. But Spirit of Law had talked about when you have engagements and you make trades that may or may not be favorable, the score doesn't always reflect it super well, especially as the game goes on. So I think it just didn't account for certain things as well as villagers. Villagers were 10.8 each. He had pointed out, and villagers are literally the backbone of your economy and military and your base. So they pay off a lot more than what the score indicates when you get villagers. More and more of those. Any hoodle. Looks like I'm researching crossbows. And I'm not big on archers and archer civs, but this is quite literally an archer civ with their amazing plumed archer coming out of a castle. Good timing. There's me building the castle. And then Eldorado Eagle Warriors with plus 40 HP. Arguably the best eagles in the game. So that's our Eagle Scout. When you have them upgraded, it's got a couple upgrades. Let's take a look at what those are called. Eagle Scout to Eagle Warrior to Elite Eagle Warrior. And the faster you upgrade those first before you start producing a ton, you can actually research them faster as you upgrade them. So it's worth it to do that as soon as you're able. Obviously, if you don't train them after that, it's not a great investment, so you've got to train enough of them. I can have a bad habit of doing too much technologies and not enough units on the board to play. There's the exposure already in the north for that wood line, already cut through that, and I don't have a sealed spot there. I do have the castle to watch it, but the fast Cumans especially, and not everybody gets paladin, so fast and tough Cumans can come through real quick. The step lancers that the Cumans have access to as a nomadic group, I think, somewhat nomadic, definitely like the Mongols who also have step lancers. They can just break through walls really easily, which I guess the double walling here is appropriate. So looking for that, even though all I've really seen is a little bit of ground troops. He hasn't made a move yet. He's been building out towards my direction, but maybe just to get center resources, which again, the Maya, they last so much longer, so I can actually hold up for a while as I'm catching up on score, and he's still in Castle Age, mind you. One advantage I have in that, which I'm not using yet, is building trebuchets first. Which the Maya don't get any benefits there. They don't even have siege engineers. I just double checked. They do not. So, weak siege. Let's check out. They do have heavy scorpion, so that's good. Which now, as of like an update last year or something, benefit from ballistics, so they can hit things more accurately on the move. Which is nice, but that's only the heavy scorpions, and not regular scorpions. So great long-range archer bolt, heavy bolt civ, just no big siege options. Now I have run out of gold, so I need to really get some villagers on that. I've been hyper-focusing wood and food. And not too bad this time, though. Right now I just need to spend the wood. Looks like I'm doing another barracks. I can get units out faster. There's that plumed archer in the front of the eagles. Take a look at these guys. Oop. So there's that extension, the town patrol, so I get to see his spearman army now, as I want to know what's going on. And it's probably housed. Yeah, when I get housed, I tend to research some of those. Handcart, got research. It's a mining camp, looking to get the gold, so this is where I bring out the army for good engagement. Alright, so the range, taking out the spearmen before they even get to touch the guys. Bringing back some of them. I got a mix of skirmishers and crossbows, monks, scorpions. Not heavy yet. So good looking little army, good engagement. I don't think I lost anybody. Monks healed up the guys that got poked. I did get to see there are multiple stables as expected. That's good for the Cumans, but no sight of them yet. So this is me going off of view lock a bit just to see now that the battle's coming closer. I've had a habit of being on view lock in these recordings, and it'll show me dealing with all this back here and then missing the battle. So I'll just kind of view it here, and you'll know that I'm also, see, view lock. I'm back here. You gotta look at all your stuff, you know. So eagles are essentially the fast infantry version of the Mesoamerican civs cavalry, because they don't have cavalry units. Historically, it's still understood that there were not horses here in the Americas until the Europeans came, or however the story goes for now, until someday that may change, or they may find out different things. They've done that historically for things like crops, like, oh, there weren't certain crops or animals or whatever here, and then they find out later that there are, but currently there's not. Can't imagine what the devs would do if that changed the balance up a bit. All right. That's pikemen trying to come up. Monks are trying to get some conversions. Got a Kipchak, elite Kipchak. Took out all the other ones. Alright, there's the trebuchets trying to fire on us. Those are knights. Mangonels. So a highly ranged group here, and bringing him back into the castle fire. Gotta watch out for his siege. Trying to keep my monks safe. Knights are a lot easier to convert than scouts. Picked up a knight. Extra castles here. My score is now getting quite a bit over his. Those engagements dropped his numbers a bit for military. He's got tons of good infrastructure here, but I am starting to poke at it with trebuchets. I didn't do this here, and I didn't learn this till later, but it's recommended when you start sieging down the enemy, especially castles and enemy trebuchets, you want to have a good force, both protecting them, of course, which we got that here, but more trebuchets to actually get the job done. We did take out one range. We just took out that mangonel. He's got a Kipchak that's trying to attack here. See, they kind of spread out arrows and they don't attack super well. But the knight's much stronger. He come in, took out a scorpion, gonna get another scorpion. Packing up my trebuchet to keep him safe. But just not enough units to really do much damage here. Try to keep the monks safe. They just lost a lot of guys there too. Got my villagers safe, brought them back. More stone here. Nothing terribly exciting back home. Another town center there. That was that fourth out front to get more gold. Those are now firing again at the enemy. They're very inaccurate towards troops, but very accurate towards buildings. Oh, got one. So it looks like I'm spreading the love. And now I'm focusing down the building. Okay, Trebs are fighting on me. The plumed archer survived a trebuchet shot somehow. Oh, got my stolen Kipchak. Didn't like that. Another Cheb shot. Miss. Trying to get him. I have to do everything I can to resist from clicking this idle villager button as if I was playing, because I'm used to, like, yeah, there it goes. I don't like villagers being idle. Yep, gonna get that knight. So now I'm bombing his group of guys too. Getting another forward castle. See, I'm not intentionally spread out too much, but it helps against those ancients. Got his Treb. All his early stuff goes down. Lots more Kipchak there, which is good for him. I'm gonna get my masked guys. That sound is the monks trying to convert. The biggest thing right now is just surviving the ranged attacks. Trebuchets can endure a lot of ranged attacks because they have a ton of pierce armor. It looks like we got him. That was a little dangerous for a bit, but got him, and the Trebs are still knocking down buildings. So he's just doing little by little. Sometimes they'll auto-attack, they'll get aggressive if the enemy's too close. So you gotta, like, attack as one. I've had that problem too. If I'm losing, I just do waves of guys and you'll just die. Mazes. The mangonel. I didn't have this mod enabled at the time, but it shows the range. This guy needs to come back. Yeah, he did. Sniping a few guys there. I got the eagles here for the. Yeah, this is the El Dorado, 100 HP. So that's the 60 on 40. Got him ready to go in case he gets close, and they shred a lot of stuff there. Not like super high attack, 9. Against monks they do 10. Not sure how to read that. Is that a bonus 10 on 9? That'd be crazy. But yeah, that just shows all their stats. Anyway, Boomed Archers, Castle starting to shoot down that. Trebuchets getting in position. Going for the big castle. Here he comes again. Elite Kipchaks. They only have 45 HP. It's super weak. And see, they can't do too much to the trap. Oh, got hit by that. And now it's down. The mangonel. There we go. Eagles are coming out. Got them. Scorpions tend to get too close and they get fired at. Castles. Trebuchet trying to hit there. We just did a bracer, so that's the last range upgrade from the blacksmith that I forgot about for a bit. Hiding over here. Extends the range of your castles as well as your plumed archers, crossbows, or arbalests if we have any in here. Villagers are repairing their trebuchet. I just got hit. Alright, sneaky cavalier. See, 120 HP, quite a bit more than the Kipchaks. They gotta be, you know, to try to come up close. Alright, castle's down. Don't really have this one trebuchet here. So he's got me on that regard. So quite a bit. There goes down. So now my troops with that castle cleared, heading in to take stuff out quick. Looks like he's got another one. And cool looking monks. Slowly taking out his infrastructure. Points wise up about 3,500. Watching the mini map in case there's anything crazy. Just building more troops in the back. Monks trying to convert, but also trying to retreat from the castle. Oh, the range is going down, which he didn't do much from the ranges. A lot of Kipchaks and pikemen, which pikemen is just cheap because again I don't have cavalry unless I convert them, which he's got a massive cavalry coming down there. A small mass, mind you, but a mass. Another castle for me going up to try to secure the front. Castle. Yeah, so you just gotta regroup and get more guys going. I'm slowly breaking stuff down. This is that late game eco coming into play as I invested more into that early on as the game went on instead of military, which is always risky on my end, and he just wasn't able to quite maximize on his early military. It's me, I think, trying to find another castle spot. I need like a little bit more stone though. There he goes, seeing if we can get the trebuchet, but my monks caught it. I'm gonna pick up 1, 2, 3. Yeah, everything else dies. I don't even know if I lost the monk there. So I try to keep them on hotkey 1, and then they have block printing too, which increases their range. Massive, it's 12 range monks. So when I see it coming, I try to pick them up before my forces take them out, and then they heal them up. So then I've got cavalry. These are frozen in time, by the way. The Spirit of Law goes over how conversions work, so no benefits are applied to them. To me, I think... okay, no, yeah. If I can catch it early enough, I try to get them to stop attacking and get them up. Go steal it. that white bar means it's a conversion bar, so his faith is restoring before he gets to convert again. So like I can't convert him right now with this monk. I need to wait until he's 95, 97, 98, 100. So monk phase up, so now he can convert him if he wants. If I want. Yeah, more units coming down, trebuchets. That must have been, I must have missed on the minimap. Everybody came back here for a reason, so I bet you he had guys come through. Yeah. So see the blue going down, and then my villagers are wiped out up there. So he had a raid while I was looking down there. And so this was exposed. That was good on him. So sorry, that's where view lock does come into handy. Let me turn that on in case he does it again. So that's what Capture Age does not have, is the view lock. So there's pros and cons in doing it. Like right now I want to look south. Okay, there it is. But I am stuck to the view lock. And right now I do see on the mini-map more raiders coming through the Cavalier. So the castle took one down before he could even do anything. These guys run into the troops there that were helping before. Main battle, taking out his rams, taking more buildings, using his own cavalry against them. And that cavalry's down, so these guys must have stayed back to help guard. Ooh, there we go. Hipchaks. It's not a ton. Here's me trying to do that quick house, quick wall kind of thing. Block them out. Oh, Cavalier too. Cavalier to me are much more dangerous than Hipchaks. So doing a great job raiding while I'm trying to move ahead here. He's having a hard time getting through, but my gate, my villager opened up, and so he got through that. But between the troops in the castle and me having a ton of villagers, this is why you want to build a ton. I can afford to lose them. Because they'll teach you, like, it's good to raid so you can take out a bunch of villagers, but, like, my resources last longer. I have a ton of these guys. I can afford it. I have thousands of resources that I'm floating, which I actually could lose villagers so I can get more military space. So it's actually fine that he came. As long as he doesn't kill everything. And even if he did, I could quote-unquote base trade with him, because he's not going to be able to kill all this with a few horsemen. But I'm going to be able to take out his base with these guys. Alright. More battles. Cool looking monks, the new skins this year. And the castle drop to the front to ensure victory. But yeah, with the waves of guys and the masses here, it's just hard to deal with it all. Monks still trying to pick it up. More and more coming. So many. So 22 eagles, 36 elite wound archers. That's their fancy headdress and everything there now. They're not half naked anymore. Ready for battle. And that's the Arbalester, yeah, it's from the range. So cheaper range units and conductors. He gets wrecked because in the front. But there's just so many projectiles. Heavy Scorpion now is out. More HP, more attack. And these guys all YOLOing to their death. Trying to get more guys out. There's this cool looking monastery. The castle's also got new skins. I see a blue dot. The Lonely Cavalier, waiting for the rest of his raiding brethren to give it another go. I'm building more trebuchets because I want to finish this game. I've got almost 10,000 more points than he does at this point. And me just grabbing more of the resources out here. Because even if you have thousands of resources, you can use the market to sell it, which gives you more gold, and then you can do things like buy more stone if you want. There's his raid, but only light cavalry in there. And so he's getting hit by plume archers from a mile away. Can't even take up that house. Props to him though, I mentioned that I did find this as an Xbox player, and mind you, I have lost to many an Xbox player before, so where it can be said it's harder to play there versus on the computer. If you do the right things, you can definitely take the game. If I do all the wrong things, or the PC players do the wrong thing, then work out. So his pikemen start yoling into the archers here, and even ganged here with the monks healing. That was like, what, 15? Dare I say 20 pikemen? I thought, so if he would have went around and got these treads, he could have got one or two for his own cavalry. Which he is building more. Blacksmith houses. But yeah, he should have brought those around to go for these, because the trebuchets don't have as much armor against the melee attacks. They have 1. And then 150 pierce, so that's how that works with 150 HP. So they're definitely beefy, but the pikemen may have been able to do something here. I mean, obviously these guys would help shred them, which they may have bonus damage to spearmen, but I'm not sure. Yep, they do. 2. The big plume archer had 2 bonus damage. These should have 3. Yep, 3. I remember that was one benefit the arbalesters have over the plumes. Plumes are much faster. They're 1.2 versus 96, or 0.96 for speed. Bringing back relics for the monks that I captured from his monastery. It's like he's going to try to strike again. Experiment through. This is where these stone walls might finally pay off. Because before, like, I was out of position, like, he was good to come through here, and then I tried to block it a little bit more, but there we go. Lots of cavalry and light cav, and I just took all the relics, so we got that counter going for win. So he's trying to come in, picking a spot. I remember at this point, like, because he was coming, yeah, I brought my elite Eagle Warriors back, any cavalry I had, so the quickest guys possible, I wanted them to bring them back, and then keep my ranged units on the front. Anyone here that I had, so a few ranged units left back, and then building a castle, building a house. I researched masonry, so that's what's going on over here from the university. Yep, so that increases the HP and armor and building resistance, I think, the bonus damage for the walls and buildings. So he's got villagers here, he's got everything, like one of his biggest forces trying to do a sneak attack right into quite literally a wall of defenses. So these guys, I gotta try to marker them at the same time, taking out the castle. He is trying to find a way in while he's just getting shot by new castles and plumes. That was probably either a monk play or some cavalry that ran in. Warriors are getting ready here. Another castle coming down because I got money. Why not? Pushing 200 pop. So even these houses, yeah, his tower's not going to do anything. He can't break in. He's just not getting in. Maya, I don't know if they have architecture. They do. So probably just forgot about it. Because you gotta wait to research it, and yeah. Architecture gives you more, just like masonry does, just additional HP, armor, building resistance, I think, to bonus damage, which is like against trebuchets. Other stuff, but here he comes again. Yeah, great massive arms, so good like sneak attack kind of thing. Got my much more reinforcements coming back here. 60 is the max you can select at once, so we got 60. Got tower up, so trebuchet's kind of defended here. You got a few troops, but seeing as he was really committed to this northern strike, I brought a lot more back. Not used to splitting my army so much like this. So scaring him off with monk conversions, range, trying to get his range. The tower won't do much for him, but I don't have any siege here to help back that up. Knocking out his supply for houses to hopefully get him down to where he can't produce more. This is a siege workshop. Not really under siege quite yet. A lot more ranges for him, for the skirmishers that he's building. Villagers are repairing that workshop, even though I'm not attacking it too too big. Looks like I do see what's going on, and I want to take it out. That helps prevent him from building more mangonels and seed. And there, trebuchets are forcing the castle. Like that. So he knows that I am on both fronts. Relic timer, it's still going. Points wise, yeah, this poor guy's doing his best to hold up here. We did see a huge army here, so it'd be nice to see if he's got another plan. Maybe he wants to come around. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't have any exposed. I think this used to be a tree line, yeah, and I rebuilt too. There you go. Here's the battle. Warriors in the front, gain 100 HP per eagle. They can take on the cavalry. Range units just thrown into the rest of the cavalry he's got. Monk's trying to do some conversions. Trebuchet's attacking that tower. He just gets red. My pop's still at 200, so trying to build as I lose. But a lot of blue there, barely any red. Now with Krebs support, we're going to clean this up. So that was, I believe, his last huge push. More castles on the way to help secure this. And a little bit of spreading the forces. See, again, Trebs are left almost unprotected, so his villagers are trying to get in to get in here, but humans don't have anything special for their villagers. They're not like the Spanish or the Bohemians or the Inca. They all get villager bonuses. Koreans are just the line of sight bonus. The Inca get blacksmith upgrades, Bohemians fervor and sanctity affect them, and then the infamous Spanish supremacy villagers. Supremacy gives them HP, attack, armor, stuff like that, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. I don't know if it's HP. Okay, so we just found a town center. Great find. Siege down that, take it down. Those are just villagers, so I think at this point, especially with the score down here, and his production line's empty, I've been ignoring that for the sake of like how I usually do replays that I don't know what's coming. I think we're going to do view lock back on, do a faster playback speed. Unless I see any signs of, oh yeah, I say good job, bro, I say good job, so yep, there it is, let's do it super fast, end it. He didn't quite quit yet, so I was like, alright, cool, he gave me a good job. Does that mean he's done? Does he know how to resign, you know? And he's got a stronghold in the back, so that could have been part of it. And he's got a few more horses, but he's getting trebbed down, tower started to go. Probably understood it was useless. But good game. Well played. This is a fun one. He was a good opponent. I got really lucky again. The more I'm able to hang back, the more I can build. Keep it going, and where he had a great raid here that was so surprising that I even missed it here on the replay. To have max pop, still 79 villagers, obviously I had more before, and then floating way too many resources, like we were fine with relics about to win it as well. So yeah, good job. Probably some of the most trebuchets I've ever made because I can't make bombard cannons as the Maya. It's a little more clunky. I'm a little slower with it, right? Harder to push. Get everybody moving. Let's look at the stats real quick, and then we can call this a night. Even though I didn't have any knights, except for the ones I stole. 16 units converted, so that's a bigger amount there. It's just fun. Like, monk play is not everything, and it gets harder as you go with the bigger masses, but it was fun. Got me on wood, so good job. Collecting more wood. And there's that exploration. Again, more points at the beginning. There's me going crazy with the research. And villager high, so he actually got really close. Yes, more on the castles, relic gold, but the aging up faster, technology, more resources gathered. So where he did have a close amount of villager high, it wasn't quite enough. The dark percentage of this graph is the military in relation to the villagers. So see, his stronghold, or the strongest point, that's when you need to push, because I'm just fully investing in that feature. And yes, because of the walling, I could have stopped it pretty good. Alright, good game. Alright, till next time. And yeah, for anyone watching and wants to comment, just give me some feedback what you like for these videos, and hopefully the algorithm can give me some more views here so we can have some more fun. Okay, bye.